We're here with Tice from Mobilemind. They offer a nice professional development solution for schools, and it's kind of like a whole ecosystem type deal. So I will let Tice explain a little bit more about their solution.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate the opportunity to talk to you guys. So Mobilemind, the modern professional learning hub for schools. At a high level, our value proposition is this. On average, a school district uses 5, 7 to 10 disconnected legacy solutions to manage the entire PD lifecycle. And so when I say that, they don't talk to each other. Legacy, they're old school. Maybe it's legacy software that people really don't like to use that much. And when I say people, I mean teachers, which is really, really key. So what Mobilemind does and is really one of the first, if not the first, natively built solution just for adult learning, just for K-12 teachers. And so the entire PD lifecycle can be managed in one solution. So an example might be you have a district that needs to create their own content and send that out virtually, or asynchronous learning, right? And maybe they need badges that are integrated, tracking credentialing, as well as doing live training, right? Scheduling, tracking that, inviting teachers. So there's a litany of things. I won't go into the details, but essentially Mobilemind is a natively built solution that teachers love to use. It's beautiful software. It's a lot of what we put into this, and it's really, really key so that teachers find it easy to use, inviting just for them, not an afterthought, that manage the whole life cycle. So the district wins and the teachers win.
Could you tell us a little bit about how it will help with teacher retention?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think we all know that teacher retention is a really big deal. In the last few years, I mean, there's two things. One, districts are clamoring to figure out how do we get more teachers in? How do we get more teachers certified? I won't go into the details, but every state's having a different initiative to try and backfill all of the folks that have left the industry. And the first thing is to be self-aware enough to know why teachers leave. And I'll just talk about the first year. The first year, if I'm a district and I hire 100 new teachers and they come on board in the fall, you can bet, based on the statistics and the national average, that 20% of those are going to leave. So 20 teachers are going to leave. So first of all, not only does that create a vacuum and a need for subs, so the cost is ridiculous, right? So the district's going to pay more money. On average, you spend $25,000, $35,000 to onboard a new teacher, and then of course you have to cover sub costs. So why do they leave? All right, so you know that 20% are going to leave, and they're leaving not because of pay. That may be later, but they know that what they're getting paid in the first year. They're leaving because of lack of training and support. So you have to picture, you show up in this classroom, I got 15 different technology tools I got to use, I got to take all the compliance courses, meanwhile I got to know where the lunchroom is, whatever. It's a litany of things that just bombards them. So I don't think the understanding of how hard that is, it comes to the teachers until they get there. So the more that you can do to make it easy for them, onboarding simple, joyful, support them, you're going to cut that attrition down a considerable amount if you do it right. And that's what we do. A lot of our districts are using this for onboarding. If you picture all of these different things that you have to learn as a teacher, it might be different content, certain areas, compliance stuff, and the things I just mentioned. So what Mobilemind will allow you to do is create very, very succinct, easy to use learning paths for your teachers. They come on board, they're able to walk through these things, get a certificate, everybody high fives, and they're good to go, and they're learning more efficiently, more relative to what they need, or relevant to what they need, I should say. And we see a massive dip in the attrition when our districts are starting to use us.
Nice. And they get their badges.
Absolutely, and when you think, people talk about badges and gamification, but really it's good for some leaderboards, things like that, motivation to see how I stand against my peers when I'm learning things. But also it's the tracking piece that districts want, but also the teachers need that. So our software allows teachers to always see their digital backpack, so they can see, oh, these are all the cool things that I've done. I've gone to this training, I've done this, I've earned this many PD credit hours, and in many situations or scenarios that could lead to increase in pay. There's things that you have to get trained on every year, but different districts use us for tracking college credit, which can increase the teacher's pay depending on the state and scenario.
Absolutely. Well, thank you, Tice. I appreciate it. If you want more information, contact your Twotrees representative.